Kind of like a strike team when it comes to YouTube gaming channels.
But what role would you guys be if we were a team?
I'd definitely be the wild card. Wild card, baby!
You would be the
I'd be
wild
the
card.
wild card.
Jamie, you'd definitely be the comic relief.
That's because I'm the fat one.
It's because you're the funniest one.
Crack me up, buddy.
You crack me up, man.
I guess that makes you the leader, Jonesy.
I'm not a leader, I'm an annoying arsehole, and I think that's not a great leader quality.
We're all arseholes, really.
Yeah, we're all
This is
assholes. But hold on. If Jones is the leader, then does that mean that... Jamie, does that mean you and I are the sidekicks? That's fucking bullshit.
You're right, Chris, you guys would be shit sidekicks. But here are 6 sidekicks that are not shit, that are fucking awesome.
Kicking off the list, we're including a reformed character whose previous homicidal obsession with testing was slightly mitigated by her transformation into a root vegetable.
Ooh.
I know where you're going with this one.
Yep, it's GLaDOS from Portal 2, who nips in just ahead of Wheatley for a couple of reasons.
You said nips.
Firstly, Wheatley is generally quite awful at being helpful. Aside from stating the obvious, he also occasionally makes things much worse for Shell by inadvertently opening panels and such. Secondly, Wheatley isn't even that good at being an unhelpful sidekick. He turns on you after gaining control of the facility, which in itself is hardly excellent sidekick activity, but he's so inept it's hard to be mad at him.
He was made to be a dumb shit.
Potato GLaDOS, however, is still very capable both in assisting you in stopping Wheatley and as an accompaniment to steak.
Ooh.
Nah, chips, come on, man.
Well, potato... Yeah, you get chips out of potatoes.
I'm thinking boiled potato. But this...
No.
Chip him, mash him, put him in a stew.
Exactly.
Here's a plot twist. Dauphinoise.
Oh.
Oh, it's posh.
It's creamy, it's garlicky, it's French, it's Dauphinoise. She goads Wheatley into accidentally freeing you from the core and spends the rest of the game formulating a solid plan for you to follow in order to get revenge and free yourself from Aperture's clutches. In the final confrontation, she even saves your life when it would have been well within her power just to let you drift off into space.
Space.
Like in, Yes!
But it's worth noting there are some asterisks here.
Yeah.
Is she murderous? Yes.
Yeah.
Is she paranoid and dangerous? Absolutely. But is she your closest ally in the ruins of a science laboratory run by an incompetent AI? Without a doubt.
All right, guys. Big question. Jack and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank? Go.
Jack and Daxter.
Ratchet and Clank.
Well, that was the decision put towards gamers in the early 2000s. Both were set in a science fantasy universe, both had you overcoming some personification of evil, and both gave you a witty, short dude who was vital to your victory.
Like you are to us.
Yeah, exactly.
You're our witty short dude.
I'm going to call you Daxter from now on.
I'd prefer you call me Clank, because for this list, we're going to have to come down on the side of Clank. Because he's a robot, and in the battle between machine and some weird otter meerkat hybrid thing, always bet on the guy with the titanium face. Clank as a character is a great counterpoint to Ratchet's, his enthusiasm, dispensing laughs and slapstick at just the right moments. Not to mention how extremely useful the little guy is. He can turn into a fucking jetpack, for goodness sake. In later installments, Clank even had his own outings in games such as Secret Agent Clank, where the intrepid little robot sets out to clear Ratchet's name after a robbery. Good guy.
Yeah,
Hashtag
good go Ratchet.
It's a friend you want.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's funny, useful, and life-saving? Well, that's the making of a good sidekick right there. Plus, his name is in the title. I mean, quite clearly. But, the only downside that I can see is his accent. I mean, is it British, like a couple of sites are saying?
My records show that the cannon is on the planet Battalia.
I don't know, what is it?
I always thought it was just robot accent.
Like generic robot accent.
Like,
Hello, I'm a robot.
Well,
not
not
quite
really
that.
like that. I mean, that's like a retarded robot, but whatever.
That is how robots sound.
It's like GLaDOS had a stroke.
Breakfast.
I can smell toast.
It's like Sylvester Stallone's impression of GLaDOS. The cake is a lot.
Jesus.
The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie.
But what do you guys at home think? What exactly is his accent? Let us know in the comments below.
And also, let us know what accent you think Chris's is in the comments below.
Let us know in the comments below.
They seem to guess lots anyway, so we might as well make it official. Naughty Dog have a habit of writing incredible ancillary characters, not only with Jack and Daxter, but also with Uncharted.
Okay, coming back into the game.
Exactly. Nate may be the wisecracking, happy-go-lucky, Lego-haired protagonist, but Sully was the original, the master. Sully was the man who taught Nate all that he knew. We've even got a peek of that in Drake's Deception as we trace Sully teaching a small street rat to steal and cheat his way around Colombia.
Hey man, let me show you how to bang hot chicks. I don't know what Sully sounds like.
They definitely have had a threesome.
Oh, what about that
Like
evil British chick?
The old lady?
Yeah.
Like the
I think
Helen
the
Mirren
fourth
chick.
one.
Yeah, the Helen Mirren. Yeah,
Helen
exactly.
Mirren chick. I forget when she had.
Who's the one from the four? She's South African, isn't she? In the fourth
Oh
one?
yeah, she's Nadine.
Nadine,
Really?
South
Is that South
African.
African, right?
Yes, because South Africans are always bad and evil, like Brits.
I don't-
Mr.
see, I-
Nathan Drake.
I don't think we should put that in because we've got a lot of South African fans and you've just alienated them. So there.
Oh, I'm fucking sorry for alienating.
Victor Sullivan, however, isn't just there for nostalgia. He regularly accompanies and saves Nathan's arse as the younger man causes the destruction of several priceless artifacts and locations around the world. He looks on Nathan as more of a son than an associate and displays a loyalty to the troublemaker that goes far, far, far beyond simple mentoring.
I'm starting to think that Nathan's a bit of a douche.
Nathan's not a douche, he's just a rogue. He's a rogue and he needs to be tempered.
He's like Han Solo.
He is like Han Solo. So sure, Sully does have a bit of a sketchy past, reading more like the backstory of some kind of cult leader before he found redemption at times. And yes, he is at the end of the day a thief. Yet he's a rock-solid character that appeared to grow a conscience when he encountered Nate and repays that debt by constantly reminding him that he can't leave him alone for a minute. Dependable, ladies' man, cool. That is what you want from a sidekick, and he was the perfect partner to the now legendary Nathan Drake.
I like that.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah, that's nice. You kind of want to have a montage of like man love.
Nowadays, Hideo Kojima is known mostly for confusing trailers and feuding with Konami. However, once upon a time, he also made some pretty decent video games.
Yeah, not bad.
Pretty decent.
I think I've heard of them.
The Metal Gear series is so incredibly popular, it's almost sacred, and for a good reason. For example, the characters are so over the top and dramatic that it's really hard not to enjoy what you're watching. Among those characters, Otacon stands out as being one of the most beloved. Born Hal Emmerich, he took the name Otacon after attending a lot of otaku conventions. You get it?
How clever.
To be fair, if I was born Hal, I'd probably turn my name to Otacon as well.
I changed it to 9,000.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave.
In contrast to Sully's backstory, Otacon's past is classic Kojima weirdness. From a mother called Strangelove to his stepsister who is in love with him, she ended up being dragged into a pool to die by her suicidal father after learning Otacon was having an affair with his stepmother, her mother.
What
Getting confused. I think I need a diagram.
It's lots of borderline incest, basically. Despite this sordid past, Otacon complements Snake's abilities perfectly. From the minute he pissed himself in the first Metal Gear Solid, it was clear that he's not as brave as Snake. However, mentally, Otacon is more than a match. That's not to say Otacon has no sense of honour. He co-founds the anti-Metal Gear organisation Philanthropy, adopts a kid with Snake, sparking fanfiction that would probably make you blush,
my
and
God.
supports Snake as much as he can, both in the field, where love maybe or maybe not can bloom, and from the codec. And they have their own handshake.
Ah, Fallout 4, you glorious buggy bastard. I've sunk far too much time into wandering the ruins of Boston, collecting junk and shooting synths. Well, all except for one. There is one synth I will defend to the ends of the earth, and
Harrison
he...
Ford.
Well, kind of, no. Nick Valentine, that's who he is, he's Nick Valentine.
My man, Nicky V.
Nicky V! Diamond City's very own private dick. Why is he a kick-ass sidekick? Well, for one, he's a rock-solid character with the kind of backstory that appears to have been ripped straight out of a 30s classic starring Humphrey Bogart. Well, if Humphrey Bogart was a 200-year-old dead policeman with a hero complex and, a appealing face. He has a sharp wit that can contend with any of the other companions in the game, delivering brutal put-downs to those who, double down on the anti-Sith rhetoric.
I don't know, Dogmeat has a couple of good one-liners.
And he's also become a favorite amongst some hardcore Fallout players. When I say favorite, I mean favorite. Yeah, there is some very disturbing fan fiction with accompanying pictures detailing in every unhygienic detail exactly what Hancock and Valentine would look like if they became more, shall we say, intimate. Anyway, killing shit in the Commonwealth with Nick is just fucking awesome. Just a couple of desperados trading quips and taking names against the horrors of the wasteland. And PSA, take him along when you go to Far Harbor.
You want a real bromance?
Yeah!
Well, romance? Well, kind of whatever. Try Mass Effect's Garrus and Shepard. I say whatever, of course, because Shepard can be a man or a lady.
Okay.
Touche.
These two have the kind of chemistry that Joker and Edie can only dream of. Garrus is the ultimate wingman. For a start, he always has your back. He goes through literal and metaphorical fire for Shepard, never once abandoning his friend because a few tough choices had to be made. Yes, Mordin was smart, Jack was powerful, and Miranda was, well, modelled after this lovely lady. But Garrus abandoned almost everything just to fight by your side. In the first game, he leaves a prime post at CSEC because he was sticking to his principles. In the second game, you rescue him from an ambush caused because he wasn't taking any bullshit from petty criminals and mercenaries. In the final game, he even leaves his homeworld's defense to help you.
That sounds kind of douchey to me, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds a bit weird. This is a guy for whom loyalty is non-negotiable, even at the cost of his own planet. You either stay true to your friends or you turn traitor like the elusive man. His characterization was pitch perfect, giving him the stoicism of Caden, but with a personality, the combat prowess of Ashley, but with none of that space racism, and the charm of Tally, but I can see his face, which is generally a plus.
Always a plus, always a plus.
Garrus also has that sweet scar that makes him look twice the badass Vega is. Tough as nails, loyal, and with a moral code to admire, yep, Garrus is someone you always want on your side.
So that was our list of just a few of the greatest sidekicks gaming has to offer, but who amongst these would you like to be your friend? Did we miss any off the list? Let us know in the comments below.
And of course, while you're furiously hammering away at the keys like an underpaid animator on a Seth Rogen animated comedy about gorgeous, sexy food, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And if you enjoyed this and want to see more, how about checking out our video on the 6 worst bosses in gaming, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye!
Yes, goodbye.